Hi, I am Dr. Jacob Lauritzen, and this is Read, Write, and Cite, the show where I teach you how to read, write, and cite for your college classes. In this video, we're going to be talking about verbs. I know, right? Verbs. These are things that we probably learned about a long time ago, but maybe we don't understand them so well. I get confused myself, so hopefully we can get this sorted out in this video. All right, this is a follow-up video to a previous video on verbs and talking about grammar. If this sort of content is helpful to you, please consider subscribing to this channel, hitting that bell so you can be notified when new videos come out. I try to have new videos come out twice a week, and hopefully they could be great for you to help you throughout your journey through school. So here we go. Let's talk about verbs. All right. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna pop over to a definition from Google, because Google's awesome and it's gonna tell us all about verbs. Okay, so here we go. That's funny. We're gonna get the noun definition and the verb definition. Okay, so verb, a word used to describe an action, state, or occurrence, and forming the main part of the predicate of a sentence, such as hear, became, become, or happen. All right, so this week, in my high school classes, I have been talking to my students about grammar. And today, I was talking to them about verbs, which lines up nicely with what we're doing here. There's a lot of different definitions for different kinds of verbs. You're going to see that you have action verbs, you have state of being verbs, you have linking verbs, helping verbs, auxiliary verbs. Basically, what it comes down to is this. I try to explain things simply so that they're useful, and yes, there's more technical ways to explain this, but I want this to be useful to you. Okay, so here we go. Verbs are an incredibly important part of speech. They are necessary for every single complete written sentence in the English language. You cannot have a complete sentence without one. So it's important for us to figure this out, especially if we want to have the confidence and the ability to fix our own writing. Okay? So, verbs. You're going to see that you have action verbs. These are verbs that describe action. What the subject of the sentence or another noun or pronoun also in the sentence is doing, has done, or will do. This is possible because we get different verb tenses. Verbs have to change. Fancy word is conjugate. Verbs have to change to match the noun, or more specifically, sometimes the subject that they are describing, right? So if a man walks down the road, all right, walks has to adjust to what it's describing. Are they walking right now? Are they going to walk? Have they already walked? And so they adjust. And so you might have a slight difference on the ending. You get an ED, an S, or something like that. Make sense? This is what verbs do to agree with their subject or with the noun that they're describing. State of being verbs are similar. They are different conjugated versions or changed versions of the verb be, except instead of describing an action, they're describing a state of being, how something is, how something was, how something will be. Again, past, present, future tense. Except instead of describing an action, it's describing how something is. So now we get quite a variety of different situations. And in fact, it's the verb in the sentence that makes descriptions possible. We don't usually think of verbs as descriptive words because we have adjectives and adverbs and other words that literally describe things. But it's these verbs that hinge right in the middle that make those descriptions possible. Let me give you some examples. If I say, all right, Dr. Lauritzen made a video. All right? Okay, I made a video. Made is the action of the sentence. If we take that out, sentence doesn't make any sense. Dr. Lauritzen, a video. You can take out some things in a sentence, but there's those building blocks that absolutely have to be there. You have to have a subject, you have to have a verb, and you have to complete the thought that's initiated by the verb. Everything else isn't necessary for the structure of the sentence. It helps to add meaning and add clarity, but it's not necessary structurally or grammatically. So, verbs are incredibly important. Now, you may read in your textbooks that there's auxiliary verbs and linking verbs and helping verbs. And basically, sometimes these verbs kind of stack up with each other. You might have is in front of jumping or something like that. And that's how they start to help or to link things together, things like that. That's the basic idea. Why is this important for you to understand? Well, if you don't understand verbs, or if you're putting them in the wrong place, you may end up writing sentence fragments. Or you may have some other issue that causes confusion for your reader. And when we're writing and when we're reading, we want to understand the person on the other end. So it's important that we can recognize our own mistakes and fix them. So again, this is what verbs are. Let's go back to our definition. A word used to describe an action. Action verbs. State or occurrence, a state of being. Make sense? And forming the main part of the predicate of a sentence. Predicate is that second half of the sentence that includes the verb and that completing the thought. So the definition makes sense, and hopefully this video did as well. Again, I'm Dr. Jacob Lauritzen. This has been Read, Write, and Cite. I hope that this video has helped to clarify a couple things for you. There'll be more videos on grammar coming in the future. Like I said, I try to drop 2 videos a week. You can look through our catalog. We have over 50 videos on the Read, Write, and Cite channel now. You can also go to my website, Carpe and Zen, CarpeAndZen.com. That's my media production company, and you can see more of our content there. So thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.